One of the founding fathers I chose was James Wilson. James Wilson was one of 7 children born in Carscurdo, Scotland on September 17, 1742. He married Rachel Bird November 5, 1771, and they bared 6 children. Miss Bird died in 1786. Not long after, Mr. Wilson married 19-year-old Hannah Gray in September 1793. They had a son named Henry, whom died at age 3. Soon after, Mr. Wilson had increased mental pressure. His finances became unbearable. Debt collectors began to pursue him. His efforts were made to impeach him from the bench. He died August 21, 1798, at 56 years old. Mr. Wilson studied at universities of St. Andrews, Glasgow, and Edinburgh. He did not obtain an degree. He immigrated to America in 1766 and began tutoring and then teaching at College of Philadelphia. He then petitioned for a degree and was awarded an honorary Master's of Arts within months. Mr. Wilson was one of founding fathers of the United States. He was a signer of the United States Declaration of Independence. He was elected twice to the Continental Congress. He was a major force in drafting the United States Constitution, and he was appointed by George Washington to the Supreme Court of the United States in September 24, 1789. Mr. Wilson came into politics. He took over a chairmanship of the Carlisle Committee of Correspondence. He attended the first provincial assembly. He completed preparation of considerations on the nature and extent of the legislative authority of the British Parliament. He became widespread among America and England, which established him as a Whig leader. What makes him a founding father is that he signed the Declaration of Independence. He was a leading framer of the Constitution in 1787. There he represented Pennsylvania at the Constitutional Convention and acknowledged as the second most influential delegate at the convention. He was elected twice to the Continental Congress. He was also one of the 6 original justices appointed by George Washington to the Supreme Court of the United States, which took place September 24, 1789. He held office for 9 years. James Wilson is both a framer and a signer. He signed the Declaration of Independence, he signed the Constitution of the United States of America, and he was a framer of the Constitution. He had a close relationship with one other founding father, which was his closest associate, known as John Rutledge. He had one major writing, which was called Considerations on the Nature and Extent of the Legislative Authority of the British Parliament, which was written in August 1774. His political positions were, he was a political leader after the American Revolutionary War. He was a member of the Congress of the Confederation in 1783 and 1785 to 1786. He was a strong supporter of a Republican form of government, meaning people choose the representatives in government. Ideas he supported and opposed. Mr. Wilson supported people and their individual rights, took priority over those of property rights. He was opposed to slavery. He believed in the concept of federalism, in which there was a division of power between the states and national government. He proposed a 3/5 compromise, which made slaves count as 3/5 of a person for representation in the House and Electoral College.